Okay, so I'm gonna make this video so I can look back in it in about a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Just some sort of time frame. I'm not where I want to be because of me. So I'm not where I want to be because of my actions. Yeah, mum's got cancer. Well, she had cancer. She's literally in the hospital right now because they've just, cut her open and cut it out. Yeah, she had bowel cancer. Um, yeah, mum had cancer. I had a girlfriend and I broke up with her because I just wasn't the right thing to do. Be in a relationship, and I still work at the co-op. That's where I am. I still work at the co-op. Mum's in hospital because she had cancer and got surgery. I'm single. I had a breakup, and I'm making a little over a grand a month. I've got my own car, which costs me 230 fucking quid a month to fucking run because I've got to pay 100 back to mum, which is fine, but I've got to pay 100 back to mum because I couldn't afford to buy it outright because it's off Ronan. I've got to pay for the petrol. It's 2 tanks a month. It costs me 130 quid every month. Um, yeah.
Okay guys, as you can see, I'm no longer living that life anymore. So I'm not sure how much of the video that I'm actually going to show in the beginning clip. I'll put the rest of it at the end. But I was in a very dark place a couple of years ago. I was working, did a retail job, scraping about a grand a month, to the point where my expenses, my car payments, for example, were more than my monthly income at that job. That job was making me more broke. And, things had to change. And I was in a really dark place. And it actually kind of made me a little bit emotional looking back at that clip, because I can't believe how much has changed in such a short time frame of just 2 years. So I wanted to kind of make this to kind of inspire people and also break down how I did it so that you can do the same thing. Because the thing is, I'm not special. And the reason why I'm able to be here on a random, it's Sunday, but I've been here since Wednesday. Okay, I'm here for a month in Spain. Going to France at the end of the month as well, and then I'm going to come back here for 2 more weeks, and then I'm going to head off to Portugal, and I might finish off with Dubai, right? Because I'm going to be one of those one of those guys. But the reason I'm able to do this, travel the world and make money from my phone, not have a boss to answer to, is two main things that I want to break down for you guys. Because if somebody told me this when I first started, I would have got here so much quicker. Now granted, yes, I got here quickly, as it is. 2 years is very quick to be able to do this. But I want to tell you guys so you don't make the same mistakes or go through the same amount of pain that I did. Number one is it's all about your character, okay? It's not about the model that you pick. Everyone thinks it's, pick dropshipping, pick starting an agency, pick this model, whatever, right? It's really not about that. Because truthfully, if you made dropshipping work, but you still had the character traits of someone that was drinking, smoking, doing drugs, partying, and just pissing their life out the wall, if you still had those character traits and you were doing dropshipping, you wouldn't make it work long term. Because it's one thing to, for example, make a lot of money with a certain model. It's another thing to make it last long term, okay? Because a lot of these people start it and they can't sustain it over a long period of time. And the reason for that is because they're not the kind of character or the kind of person that can do that. Because they have such bad character traits and such bad habits and a bad lifestyle, that it isn't something they can facilitate long term, okay? So the main thing was changing my character. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to show these clips in the beginning video, but at the end, when you watch the rest of the clip, you're going to see my language was very foul. The way I spoke was disgusting. And I didn't carry myself very well. I had a spotty face. I had a bad lifestyle. I was eating crap. I had bad friends. And I was, doing things I shouldn't have been doing. And the main pillar that changed my life the most out of everything, again, not the model, it was me changing my character, changing my beliefs, changing my lifestyle, changing my habits. Everything else fell into place after that. Okay, the model that I found that made me good money came after me becoming the kind of character that lived the kind of life that I wanted to live. Okay, because how I was living back then, the reason why I was stuck, the reason why I was in so much pain, is because my lifestyle was terrible. I made bad habits, had limited beliefs in every single area of my life. My mindset was terrible. I had terrible friends, and I didn't hold myself accountable. I was lazy, right? And that's number one. That's the main thing. You have to change your character traits and your habits, because that is the main thing long term. Okay, you can make dropshipping work, for example, right? But if you're still a bum, respectfully, you're not going to make it work long term. You may get short-term success, but if you're not the kind of guy that can have that long-term, then you won't have a long-term, okay? So I hope that makes sense. That's number one. Number two is the model that I found. So I want to just break down for you guys. I want to explain to you these models that you see online. For example, start an agency, start on dropshipping, Amazon FBA, whatever. What you need to do, if you're a complete beginner working a 9 to 5 and you have no idea where to start, is not find a model or start a model that requires a lot of capital up front or a lot of time to start and get results with, okay? What I recommend, okay, I recommend you ignore all of that stuff about these like getting rich quick schemes, okay? And think about learning a high leverage skill that doesn't require much capital to start with and makes you AI proof, because that's something we all need to worry about eventually, okay? Because AI is going to get so good to the point where a lot of these models aren't going to work as effectively, okay? So we need to learn a high leverage skill that has a lot of income potential because of being good at that skill, and isn't something where AI is going to take you out, and it's something that you can learn straight away and get results pretty quickly, okay? Now that model that I found was sales, okay? Sales is what did that for me. Now a lot of you guys are going to have limiting beliefs of sales. You may think like you have to be, you know, born with it, you have to be an extrovert, you have to be naturally gifted. It's so untrue. I started as an introvert, still am an introvert, right? Cripplingly shy and no experience at all. I got into sales, specifically appointment setting, and that honestly is what changed my life. That's what allowed me to make an income online, and alongside that I was changing my habits, my character traits and my lifestyle, and now it's allowed me to get to the point where I can make really good money from my phone, travel the world, I'll show you the house in a second, and just live the exact life that I wanted to, okay? And now as well, I have such a high leverage skill of learning how to sell. I can sell anything now, right? So I can always go and sell something for more money, okay? It's got high leverage because now I know how to sell. The only way to make more money with that is just to sell something for more money, right? So the income level is really like uncapped. It's just down to how good you are at selling, okay? And that is something a beginner can start straight away. It doesn't really cost a lot of money to actually start to learn, okay? So for example, starting a marketing agency, starting dropshipping, Amazon FBA, these all take a lot of money to start with, and you're putting a lot on the line, you're risking a lot. So I recommend, honestly, just learn a skill that has high leverage and something that AI is not going to be able to take you out with, okay? Because you need to think like in the future. You want to be future-proof. Learning how to sell, especially at a base level, is a future-proof skill that nobody can take away from you and can take you so far. And that's what it did for me. I found appointment setting, okay? So let me just show you the place I'm in right now. So I'm here for about a good month. Like I said, I'm gonna be going to France as well, and come back here after France and then go to Dubai shortly after. I may do that, I'm not entirely sure. I booked a one-way, I'm just gonna kind of see how I feel. I think I get 60 days or 90 days out of the UK without having to come back, which is kind of a pain because I want to stay as long as I want, but you know, you get the point, game's a game. But yeah, so I'm able to come to places like this with a pool. It's basically a 4-story mansion, right? Very grateful. There is a gym in the back as well. As you can see here, let me just, yeah, there's a gym. I can use it anytime I want it. Just show you how big the house is. And yeah, you know, this is really achievable. You don't have to be finding models that make you 100 grand a month to do this, because a lot of people think you need to be on like £1 million a year to be able to live the life you want. Truthfully, it only takes about 5 grand a month to change your life, right? It's really no more than that. So a lot of these guys that tell you have to make 100 grand a month, $1 million a year, they're just full of it, to be honest. Like as soon as you start making probably about double your income from your job, from your phone, that's what allows you to actually live the life that you want to live, okay? So when you kind of break it down to that and you realize you just have to learn a high leverage skill like sales, and all it takes is to double your income to change your life, and you're not thinking in millionaire terms, that's how much easier it becomes, okay? And that's what I was doing before. That's why I was failing. It's because I was thinking I need to become a millionaire rather than I need to replace my income online. That's how you need to start. Just start small, and I promise will compound effect into big results later on. So yeah, that's how I did it. I personally found appointment setting. If you guys want to learn how that works or how to get into it and have me hold your hand and be able to make the same transformation, there's going to be a link down below in the description running you through how I can personally help you one-to-one do the exact same thing and get here much quicker than I did, because I went through a lot of blood, sweat and tears to get where I am, okay? And now I help people do the same thing without making all of these critical mistakes. So click the link down below in the description, book on a call with me. But full transparency, if you don't want to be sold to, then don't book it, because again, that link and grabbing a call with me is designed to try and sell you something. So if you're not interested, if you're not being, if you don't want to be sold to, if you're not serious about making this change, then don't book it, okay? But yeah, let me show you the rest of the clip so you can kind of get an idea of how down bad I actually was. and so you can kind of feel a bit better about yourself. Okay, and as you can see, like just look at the way I'm speaking, right? I couldn't form sentences properly. I was swearing all of the time. I was spotty. I was fat. And honestly, just changing those things without worrying about the money model, just changing my life in that sense, which everybody can do, right, is what did the most leverage. It wasn't the money. It wasn't the model that I found. It was changing who I was. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I will see you in the next video.
I have like £200 to £400 a month to myself after expenses, which isn't great. I don't like where I am. Like I don't. But the thing is, I worry that I don't hate it enough to change. But I do want to change. I'm so fucking petrified of the shit I have to do to change. Stuff like cold calling. I've done my first couple of cold calls. They're fucking petrifying. It's scary. I don't want to do them. I hate them. I fucking hate cold calls. I cannot stand them. They are so horrible. It's just not me. It's just I can't fucking do them. They are so tough. I struggle with anxiety so bad, so fucking bad, like ridiculously. Like I couldn't even put into words how badly I struggle with anxiety, and that fucking flares up to the max when I do a cold call. But the thing is, nobody gives a shit about that. And I shouldn't give a shit about that either. I should just get the work done. I should just do it fucking anyway. But fuck it, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be making. Everyone says 10 grand a month. I don't want 10 grand a month. I want 100 grand a month. Minimum. Minimum. 10 grand is nothing. 120k a year. Wow. That's great. Yeah, cool. But I can't get a Lamborghini with that. And bearing in mind, I'm going to have to pay tax on that, which is going to be about 40 fucking percent. So basically, half of it is gone. So I'll be making about 60 to 70k to myself. So, the fuck is the point? I don't want 10 grand a month. I want £100,000 a month. 100 grand, 100k, £100,000. I will be making 1.2 million a year minimum. I just want to be. I want to have millionaire status. I want that Mercedes. I don't know exactly what the model name is. I think it's a C63S. I think that's what it is. I want that. I want a Lamborghini Aventador and a Urus and maybe an Audi R8. I want a BMW M4. I want to be able to go on private jets. I want to be able to fucking. I want to be able to go. Yeah, I want to be able to go on private jets. I want to do first class everywhere I go. I want to go on holiday whenever I want. I want to live in Dubai potentially. I want to be able to, do whatever I want for my mum, like pay off her mortgage, do whatever, like pay for private healthcare treatment if she needs it, all that kind of shit. Any kind of luxury, I want to be able to do it. I want to be able to look after my family. I want to just do whatever the fuck I want, and that's great, and I can do that. But why the fuck can't I just do it? Like my head, like my brain just stops me. I can't. Like I do a cold call and I'm like, and they can hear it. I sound like a dickhead. I've got Batman walking through the fire to remind me that that's what I'm going to have to do to become the person I want to be. Walk through the fucking fire. I've got still got Batman there. Batman. I think of myself as Batman because I'm living in the darkness, working regardless. But it's so much easier said than done. And then there's the other one. Wait. That's Batman in the darkness after he's, destroyed the demons and he's sitting on his throne. I think of that as me because, I'm fighting in the darkness, I defeat the demons, and once I'm done, I sit smugly because I just fucking defeated them while in the darkness, and I am the darkness. It's so cringe what I just said there, but I've got to think of it somehow. I've got to think of it like some sort of way to be able to get myself through. I don't even know why I'm recording this video. I should be working. How do I turn my brain around to not? Ugh. Oh, the anxiety is incredible. But nobody gives a fuck. I should just do it anyway. There's people that have bigger problems than me that get further than I am and will ever go. And they've got bigger problems than a little bit of anxiety. That is my biggest problem. I have anxiety, like incredible anxiety. I don't even know what I fully want in my life. Like I know I said what I said there. I want loads of money. I want 100k a month. I want my hair to stop being a dick as well. That'd be nice. Um, yeah, I want 100k a month, but like, I don't. You know, you need to know specifically what you want, like to a T, like exactly what you want. I'm not actually too sure, and I'm worried because I don't know that I'm going to stay at the co-op for good. I don't want to stay at the co-op for good, but I'm worried. I don't even know how to fucking articulate my words properly. What do I want? What do I want? God, I want to stop having nosebleeds. That'd be nice. Keep having nosebleeds all the time. That'd be nice. No, what do I want? I want 100 grand a month. Okay, why do you want 100 grand a month? Because I want to be rich. Why do you want to be rich? Because I feel like I'm worth it. Why do you feel like you're worth it? Because I've just been the underdog my whole life, and I like I like the thought of I wasn't someone then, but I went against the odds and became someone anyway. Like later on in life, and I've got a dead brother that I never met. Like, I feel like when I say that, it doesn't make it as sad or whatever. Like when I say, "Oh, I never met him," it was a miscarriage. I feel like it doesn't make it seem as big of a deal then. But I still lost a sibling. I know I wasn't alive, but that could have been me. That could have been me, and it wasn't. I'm here because he died. He died basically for me, and I'm here because of him. So why I feel like I've just got this like I have to be something now, and I want to as well. I do, but I feel like I have to because what the fuck did he die for then? What for me to sit around in my bed playing Xbox? I'm not gonna. I was gonna. Well, I'm doing it in my room at the moment. I painted the walls. I bought a new bed, and that's basically it. And I'm buying a new TV unit. I was gonna buy an Xbox as well, 200 quid. I don't have that right now. How much do I have in my bank right now? Let's have a look. But I was going to buy myself an Xbox so I could play video games. What the fuck makes me think I deserve to play video games? Sit around doing nothing playing video games. Like that would be great if it didn't have to spend money, but what the fuck? I don't have any money. £200. Fucking hell! Like, put it towards something else. An Xbox. Ridiculous. 1,214. That's how much I've got. 1.2k in my bank account right now. 1.2k. And what can I fucking buy with that? Because as soon as I spend that, let's say I spend that now, do you know how long that will take me to get 1.2k back? Bearing in mind I earn that in a month at the co-op, do you know how long I'll have it disposable? After my expenses, do you know how long that will take me to get another 1.2? Probably about 4 months. 1.2 in four. Oh my. This is why I want 100 grand a month. I'm not doing it to be selfish. I want to be able to help my family. I want to be able to look after myself. I want to be able to do the things I want to do. So maybe it is a little bit selfish, but I'm doing. I want to help. If I had the option to either make 100 grand and spend it all on myself, yeah, but I didn't get to see my parents, my mum, or if I got the option to have 100 grand and I wasn't allowed to spend it on myself, but I had to spend it on mum, fucking absolutely. I like being generous. I like giving stuff to people. I'm at 1.1k a month in the co-op, £0 a month of my agency or any kind of online business. How the fuck am I going to get to 100k a month without the co-op and with my agency online business? People say pain, and I accept that. I'm willing to go through the pain. Am I? With cold calling, like it's painful. It's so scary. And in my head, I feel like, yeah, but this is different pain. But this is different. No, this is. It's not, is it? It's a load of shit. That's what it is. It's a load of shit. I need to take my tampon out and just do the calls. Like I've got all the time in the world during the day, and then I go to my job in the evening, and I still make 1.1k a month. It's comfortable. I'm getting comfortable because it's easy. I hate doing the difficult thing because I honestly feel like when I do the hard thing that other people say to do, yeah, which is difficult for them as well. I'm certain And this might be a bit naive and immature, but I'm certain I find it 10 times more difficult than they do because of my anxiety. But I just need to stop giving that power and making that an excuse. I didn't get rich because I have anxiety. I didn't get rich because of this, that. I didn't get rich because I didn't do the fucking work. That's why I didn't get rich. I don't want to ever have to say that and it be true. I'm 19. I have all the time in the world. I need and I have to and I can get rich. Absolutely. And rich doesn't even have to be 100 grand a month. It means not at the co-op and making enough to be able to do whatever I want, really. As long as my rent and my expenses are covered and I live the way I am now, I can be rich on 3 grand a month, 4 grand a month. That will be rich to me. My expenses, for the sake of it, let's say I'm at 4 or 5 grand a month, okay? Let's say, because that'll probably be in a while, in a few months to slash a couple of years. Let's just say, my expenses at the moment are around 700, 800. Let's say my expenses are about a grand to 1.5k. Okay, so let's say 1.5k. Let's round up. 1.5k I need just to exist and live here. Okay, 1.5. So honestly, I'd say an extra £1,000 a month to myself to do whatever I want is sick. So 2.5k a month. And then if you add another grand, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 10 grand a month would be insane. Now imagine 100 grand a month. Where am I fucking going with this? Yeah, what's stopping me? What is stopping me? My anxiety. Why is your anxiety stopping you? Because it just controls me. Why does it control you? Because I fear it. Why do you fear it? Because it hurts. Why does it hurt? Because it just makes me feel fucking weird. Why? Because it has control over me. How do you get rid of the control? You bring it through the fire with you. When you're walking through the wall of fire to get to where you want, you bring your anxiety with you and you kill it. And you're the one that survives. That's how. It's not fucking easy. But yeah, this is where I am. 19 years old. I'm at the co-op. Still. £0 a month for my agency or any kind of online money. £0 a month I'm making. Mum's got cancer. Well, she had cancer, just had surgery, and she's had it cut out. But possibility she might need chemotherapy. I'm single. I had to go through quite a hard breakup. Yeah, I don't really like where I am. How much longer can I get away at living like this? I don't want to keep living like this, but I'm thinking like worst case scenario. How much longer can I get away with living like this? I'll say a year, 2 years. I'm 19, so like to the general public and to the fucking NPCs, the fucking robots, their standards, I'd say early 20s is when they start to be like, okay, mate, get a fucking real job now. In satin black or matte black, I want matte, I think, but I want that kind of wrap. But that Mercedes, I want it with, it's very specific. I need this back of it. Like the back of it is, this is what it looks like. I'll show you. This is exactly the one I want. I don't know the name of the model, but I want the one where it has the back, like this type of back. I don't know if you can see it on this one. It has to have a back like that. It has to. I don't want it otherwise. I don't want a Mercedes unless it's that kind of Mercedes. And I don't want a BMW unless it's like a fucking smart one. I don't want an Audi unless it's a fucking smart one. Why would you get a smart car, like a nice car, and get a shit version of it? I'd rather just fucking wait and get the nice one. I'm going to end this video here. If this does make the internet, if this does make a success story, which, I really hope it does,